Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up in a life that you don't recognize? To see a face in the mirror that is not yours, yet somehow you know it must be. That's how exactly the world James Matthew find himself in over and over again. Tonight, he stares at an unfamiliar ceiling in a cramped Venetian apartment, heart pounding as a million questions race through his mind. Who is the woman in the photo next to his bed? Why does the passport in his pocket bear a different name than the one he swears is he? How can the calendar read a year that doesn't match one from his memories? James breathed in the stale air, struggling to recall how he got here. Yesterday, he was certain lived in New York as a journalist, but now, in his flickering light, he see a name, Luca Moretti, on every document around him. The reflection in the mirror matches that name, and down to small scar above his left eyebrow that he can't remember getting. He's gone insane, or if there is something much bigger at play. Is he dreaming or trapped somewhere? And if so, who is pulling the strings? A sudden pounding on the door snaps out of his daze. An urgent voice calls out, Luca, we know you are in there. James freezes. Panic sets in. Who are they? And how do they know him by this strange name? He has no answers, only a single inescapable truth. Every day, James wakes up as someone else. Every day, he loses the life he knew, replaced by new faces, new cities, and new secrets. Now, in this Venetian apartment, he is closer than ever to discovering why, if he can stay alive long enough. Think about it. What if everything you have ever known, your name, your home, your friends, could vanish the moment you just fall asleep? What if you had to chase a single thread of truth across countless realities? Would you give up or risk it all to find the answer? James decides to run, heart pounding with fear and adrenaline. He scrambles out of the window, dropping onto a terrace below. Behind him, the door bursts open. Strangers in dark suits search for him. He doesn't know who are they or why they want him. He knows only thing he is running out of time. As he dashes through the narrow valleys of Venice, his mind crunks with questions. What happened to James Matthew, the journalist from the New York? Is Lucas Moretti just another mask he forced to wear? And why does he keep seeing a lighthouse in the corners of his mind? A place he's certain he's never visited yet feels compelled to find. The chase through the Venus is just the beginning of the puzzle that spans timelines, identities, and something far beyond coincidence. James can sense a bigger design at work. He can't trust his memories because they may not even his memories. If he fails to piece this mystery together, he may be condemned to an endless cycle of waking up in lives that are not his own. But if he succeeds, he just might discover the horrifying truth behind his existence. And the truth could change everything for him and for the ones who is controlling his fate. This is the story of James Matthew or Elliot Carter or Michael Train or whoever he is today. This is the story of the man who wake up every day in different life, every single day. Hello amigos, I am Armaan and welcome to the Armaan Diaries. James Matthews, known here as Luca Moretti, stands in the middle of the cramped living room, chest heaving from the chase. He hears muffled voices outside, men in suits searching for him. Quietly, he edges towards the window, peering through the blinds. His gaze flicks to a framed photo on the table, the same face he sees in the mirror, but smiling beside a woman that he has never met. He flips the photo, scrawled on the back of the words, and it has written Ti amo Sofia in Italian language, which means I love you, Sofia. James' stomachs are feeling full of fear. He doesn't know who is Sofia. He doesn't even know who is Luca Moretti. Yet everything in the apartment says otherwise. Credit cards, IDs, even clothes that fit him perfectly. For James, it's not just a question of where he is or but when, because each time he wakes up, the calendar date changes drastically. One day it might be 2024 in New York, the next 2007 in Venice. And the worst part, he can be never be sure if it is real or fake. A sudden pounding on the door makes him jolt. Luca, open up, we have questions for you. James quickly snatches the passport from the nightstand. Luca Moretti, born September 3rd, 1991, Venice, Italy. Every detail is spelled out. It feels official, too official, because he has no time to investigate further. He slips through the window onto a narrow ledge and drops down to a terrace below. Pain shoots severely through his ankles on impact, but the fear of adrenaline fuels him. He glances up to see in men suits forcing the door to open. One spots him from the window and shouts an alarm. James sprints off. He's running as fast as he can, weaving through the Venice winding streets and canal. James sprints through the alleys, dodging pedestrians. The men in suits are gaining on him. He spots a water bus about to depart and leaps onto it just in time. As the boat pulls away from the dock, the men stop at the edge of the canal, watching him go. Their expressions are unreadable, but James knows one thing: they did not want him to reaching the lighthouse. As Venus fades him behind, Burono comes into view. Its colorless houses eerie in the dimming light. The lighthouse looms in the distance, a tall skeletal against the night sky. James exhales. He found it. Now he has just to find out why it is calling to him. Waves crash against the rocky shore as James stands before a towering, weathered lighthouse. The note in his hand trembles with the same intensity as his heart. A silver key sits in his pocket, one he found among Luca's belongings. With a deep breath, he unlocks the rusted door. Inside, the air is cold and still. A spiral staircase descends into darkness. Step by step, James follows it down, flashlight cutting through the gloom. At the bottom, he discovers a long corridor lined with doors. Each door bears a name: Elite Carter, Sophia Well, Michael Tran, and yes, Luca Moretti. At the very end, one final door stands apart: James Matthews. He swallows hard, pushing it open. Screens line the walls, each displaying snippets of lives James had lived moments he vaguely remembers, others he's sure he has never experienced. A figure steps out, the shadows, older, haggard, but unmistakably identical to James. Older James, I have been waiting for you. James staggers. Who are you? The older James, the original. You are just a copy, or maybe the 10th by now. I have lost count. Confusion, anger, and fear roil in James' eyes. That's impossible, older James. You are part of an experiment to test consciousness across realities. Every time one version of you died, they started another wiping memories, altering timelines. But something is going wrong. You're retaining scars, memories, bits, and pieces that should have been erased. James' head spins. The monitor around them flicker, showing glimpses of labs, test tubes, Men in white coats. Was that real or fabricated? He can't tell anymore. If I am just a copy, who are the people chasing me? Who left the note about the lighthouse? The older man's expression darkens. The ones who restarted this experiment, they can't let you remember. Because if you do, you will see the truth. Suddenly, the lights flicker, the entire room glitches as if reality itself is short circuiting. James looks down at his hands, which turn momentarily transparent. A surge of terror floods him. James, I'm not real? The older man tries to speak, but before he can respond, everything goes black, like a power outage on existence itself. James jolts awake, gasping. The clock reads 6 a.m. He is in yet another unfamiliar room, white walls with sterile furniture. No sign of Venus, no sign of the lighthouse. He rushes to a mirror. His own reflection stares back at him and then moves a split second slower, as though there's a delay in the mirror. It smiles without him smiling. He stumbles backward, heart racing. Was it a trick of the light, a glitch, or evidence that he is slipping deeper into whatever experiment he is trapped in? So, yes, begins another day, another life, another question. How many times will James wake up as someone else before he uncovers the truth or loses himself completely?